Yeah, this will be again about cheating a little. I actually wanted to start talk about it. Just do a run and I will play back a toss in between. I didn't do any practice. I may fail at it, but just to show how it is possible on different emulators. Right now I play on SNES 9X. Yesterday I did play on the talk. Now I play very poorly. Easy to reset is just to hold, I think, Shift, some combination with R, will reset it. The other thing I could do is actually click with the mouse on the thing. I have my cursor displayed so you actually can see when I do menuing. Actually helps to detect it. There are other things that help detecting it. I don't go to a particular place to reset where I really fail. Not really attempts. But just to show how similar the thing actually is. I have my input displayed for a reason on my input viewer. It's not the same thing as you see later. The task will just display the inputs, built-in inputs, just fine. Try to pay a little more attention to my gameplay now. Go to the place where I usually failed. I run. I don't incorporate the wall clips and start failing it more and more. I even have to reset earlier now, what I plan to, but well, let's say here. Reset. Start up the game again. I should actually start my timer. Too late again, like yesterday. Learned nothing. But you see, my input viewer doesn't show anything, so how do I play? Let's pretend I play and I do the jumps how I'm supposed to. Sometimes it's hard to remember where you. But you see, that's one way to you detect TAS. You have like a not built-in. I don't try to imitate it. I try it in a better level and put little focus to it. So you will see it's not very easy to detect if you actually pay attention to it. But it can be easy to detect if you pay close attention and analyze the video. So it's not a bad protection measure for that kind. But I also like yesterday I accidentally actually had my mic on and it totally reveals that I play like a TAS. But it's great, it just shows the case, so there is a lot you can do about. I'll make it harder at least. And at the current state, I really feel it's way too easy and way too hard to detect. Maybe I can show up other things. I've made a notepad. Yeah, task playback, that's what I'm currently doing. Modding a ROM is another thing you can do. And I'll show a method later how you can actually cut it out. There is, when you start up the ROM in SNES 9X, it shows the CRC checksum, but that one is not really good. Easy to fake, so not any checksum is actually really good. I think it's easy to fake. There are tools that help you with it even. Modding a save state. I will not go into modding save states or doing tamper with memory in this video, since I think I could reveal things, how to see them, and that should in no way be inspiring to do tasks and cheating, but just show the necessary knowledge that people should know about. And I forgot to split again because I'm talking. Let's go on. Splicing is another thing. I really think it's good to have a mic playing or the recording have this low humming noise. Even if you splice frame perfect. I have not a picture up, but you can hear it with the clicking, like sometimes when you have such splicing. But you can edit this in a video editor, but you cannot really edit it to the point where it is perfect. You will always see it in an image and a video is spliced. As far as I know, sadly I don't have access or don't tamper with good video editors, so I'm not 100% sure about that. But maybe something I'll look into in the future. But I don't have a spliced, so yeah, this makes the case. I don't have a spliced video to show with a sample top. Tamper with speed, it's also an emulator thing you can do. I think it could be done in real hardware too, if you're into modding. But then it's also harder to play, so it will be easy. So such things are easy to detect. Ethics is NES, USB to NES. I have no access to that device, but I know you can tamper with memory. I don't know how good the debugger is and everything, but cheating on real hardware is also a thing, especially with RNG manipulation. And especially with this game, it is great if you can manipulate RNG. But also there are some ways to, so you may be detected if you don't do it well. Really, I don't feel like talking about it in detail here. Yeah, I can talk about verifying runs. I don't do it myself, but usually you check the rules there are at the current time. You reset the run. In the beginning, what makes not much sense, as I show with two emulators now, how you easily can get around it. Just play back the TAS with resetting, and I will also play this TAS hack. I will also play back this TAS to the very end. There will be no problem for verification after. If I would not have a mic on or an external input viewer. Sure, you can talk about my timer. Oh well. What is it? This one. I'll skip the other one too after. Where was I? Now I forgot where I was with talking. Yeah, verifying a run. Maybe somebody wanted to see, not lead. I don't need to show my crapping. Put it over here. Yeah, at the current state, I don't feel like there is done enough about cheating. Since I feel it's way too easy. Because all the emulators you can play back the TAS are allowed. And I think I made my points in the Discord, but there are not really people participating or if we see an issue in it. Okay, when you're verifying it, just check the basics. You check timer from the start to the end, so it's on the correct frame. You will check speed, maybe have a simple screen where you check it has screen the correct amount of frames and things like that. Checking the runner's history, watching the runs of specific gameplay. Like here was a good example how it's totally doable actually, but most runners will play it out differently because it was risky. But you don't need it. Like here, I don't do the risky strat, so the TAS looks more like a real run. So it doesn't really help for detection. And you don't need a perfect run to get a world record. The reason why I do that, maybe do some clips, I don't know. I just like people to be more aware of the problem, especially moderators. They say, I mean, I love Joe D'Amelio, and I mean, he's for detecting such things too, but last time we had the discussion, he was like, there is a new breed of cheaters on the way and things, and it's not really that, it's just way too easy, and it doesn't see much of an issue in it. It kind of worries me a bit. I really was thinking I had the moderators more on my side and looking into the matter and actually yeah, educate people about cheating, what could be done about it, and see how far they are okay with it. And also, it's a lot of work to verify runs in. And I really think Didi had just the right idea, but it makes a messy leaderboard if you have staged verification. Until sub 40, 34, you really don't care, and after that you have start to have different rules. I still kind of think it's actually would be the right way to go about it. Since I like to have an entry level where it's easy to get into speedrunning as a hobby, and as you go on, you should actually care enough. Since you invested a lot of time to have measurements, so not everybody that knows a little bit about cheating can compete with you. I was just having a mic. I mean, you don't need to talk. You can have it as I have it yesterday, even with noisy background. Just you can put it very low, but it really helps you. You hear my buttons, and it says, "Yeah, I'm playing the game. I don't play back a TAS." Something very simple. Mm, Microphones are very cheap. You can pick some crap up for very low price. Mostly, most people have it. You don't need it in the entire entry level, but later, just to have a mic running would help a bit. And there are also other things you can do. Yeah, try actually to just so people see. I don't know how I played it. Need I did record this task like 2 or 3 days ago. Don't remember the gameplay well. But I can get maybe it's very weird. I never done this. Let's forget it. I'll try to get better at it for the moment. See how much better I can get with fake inputs. It's very easy to see because I displayed twice, but I like to show the example. But this is actually very hard to do. Sure, with some practice and memorization, how you do it, it will not be too bad. But I play the game always a little bit different. That's the thing. For me, it is hard to do. See it there, usually I just show a cross and this time. I actually just wanted to have a short example how well it gets, but I'm just bad at it. Maybe I should not even try. Just this very short section there was actually not too bad. But even in that section, if you analyze it, you could make out differences of some frames. Yeah, I will play out this task too. Maybe somebody joins, shows up in chat, and I could talk deeper. Or maybe there are questions about cheating. It would help my talking to go on. But oh well. Let's just enjoy this little toss I made. I could talk about tossing itself. SNES 9X has a very simple movie making tools, but it did mess up with save stating on the wrong time. I didn't have much backup. I started like 4 times over again. I had Herbie Long do it. The new TAS tool in the newest BizHawk is very good. In the older one I had crashes, but I could also relate it to my configuration on the PC. Yeah, I mean playback TAS in the emulator, it's not the only way. There are also other ways to record a TAS with different tools. I never looked into those, but they are way harder to implement and they will keep away cheater because cheaters usually they're lazy and they don't have the knowledge most of the time. And if you're good enough, you can actually entertain with your cheating enough, so you don't need it. Yeah, for example, if you look at top spot or things like that, cheating on real hardware, I think he brought it to a good point. That could be done if you're very talented, technically educated, and willing to do what need to be done. I just talk here about why it is way too easy and that the current rules are not enough in my opinion. And after the toss playback, I actually would like to show some options of things you could do. I mean, you don't need to ban those emulators, but you can see having a microphone helps a lot to not be able to successfully play back the task without noticing some issues. And also the input viewer I have up there is would need some effort to write your own how is it called, application protocol interface API to read the inputs and stream it to the browser plugin where it shows my. This is a browser plugin I use to show my inputs. Maybe there are even better tools that would make it harder, but there is nobody wrote about it, so I don't try too many of those. Just like to have one because I think it adds a lot. Played really well today, don't I? I could also put the camera where I play and I have my controller hidden. It's way easier to pretend playing if players don't see every input. I think this is calm screen where I remember what I have to do. Still, I cannot really. So bad at this. Oh shit, I do this slow. I play horribly. TAS is bad, mate. Waste frame everywhere. Oh, made an extra jump, that was good actually. Sometimes I just take those crouch frames. No, I didn't. I haven't too many hearts. I never look at my hearts. My biggest issue. Doesn't waste many frames, I feel like. But I didn't care for it so far. Maybe I should care. I never timed this toss. Actually wonder too what time I will get in the end. I don't memorize the frame count and how good it would be. Maybe I should make notes sometime, since I do it a lot. After this toss, I think I will not do many tosses. Maybe of some hacks, but or a real toss of CV4, like trying to do a world record toss on one point. Could be one project, but a project like this will need a lot of time. I think it will need like 3 days of work to try to get it perfect. You know, you do one level and you go over it and over it till you're really satisfied. I've just kept walking there. It's another trap. Just found. You cannot do it always, I think. And that's dangerous to do. After I will highlight this video to like put it on YouTube, and if somebody has questions, I think I have the material to actually show and say why things are not enough, or you can just click the right thing. I hope my mic sounds well. I never got around to actually do streams and really get used to talking and things, and in the beginning of the video it was horrible. I talked way too fast, not clear, just not good at those things at the moment, but I may get to it. A good exercise for me. Try to be an entertainer. Maybe I manage to one day, if I really want to. I do Stupid strat again. So hard to get. I see Paul do it, and I really wonder what success rate he has on that. Mine is horrible. I know why it is horrible, since it's very hard just to pull off. That's one thing I could do actually, look at all the better runs and see. You never know, sometimes you catch people by surprise if you analyze videos. You never know, somebody cheats. You never think of them, they will cheat sometimes. For some people it gets obvious that they make the cheater, but some really hide it very well, and that's why it's just good to do the what you can do. Analyzing videos for splicing, um, if they're on it on real hardware, I think needs to be done. I'll not be able to play back a task that easy to have a worthy video to be verified, and probably pass at the current state if you do it right. I mean, just run the game, play it for a month or two, and get better. And as you get better, you do playback tasks more frequently with PBs. You could fake a world record. Um, you know, progress to world record actually. Maybe in half a year or something. Maybe in 3 months you just say you're a godlike player. Yeah, it makes upset a lot of people that actually invest years in getting better. They could be easily to avoid. I think I said the same thing now 3 times. But I need to talk about something while the video is playing. I do this trick again here. I don't know why I went for it. I never do it in normal runs because how risky it is. But I was actually, as I recorded it, I was surprised how consistent I actually are on this strat. But something I would personally never incorporate because it's too far in the run. I don't know, it doesn't look that crazy. I mean, in the Bishock Tough I played yesterday, this climb, I rather incorporate those strats because they just look amazing if you pull them off. And I don't mind practicing them to get them. But just better jumping in general, it's something. I do a lot of safe stomping in my attempts, so I don't fail by just, walking off the edge or something, some bullshit. Yeah, spawn manipulation, something very easy to do in a toss run. Just load the save state again, and you will get the right pattern, and you just go on. So manipulating in tosses is very easy. Not too bad of a run. It might not be world record, but it could be sub 32. If I do the boss fights right, I think I have a very bad slog though. Now we'll see how this stuff turns out. It would be something 32-ish or 31 something. Something just below 32. If because the stage is not that well played. As I remember the talks, that is. I don't think I did any creative things. But this vertical screen also has, on the upper part, a lot of things in it that are RNG depending what time you get up, and a very tight timing to pull those things off, and you need just directly right, like in stage A, the second climb, I mean, it's balls deep, as you say. That is fun. But not undoable, I mean. Also, it feels good to pull off and have the right RNG here, and the react to that RNG right, is another thing. For not taking damage there. Could have just taken the damage, but oh well, I didn't do it here. Would be fast. I think it could have been saved like 2 seconds here if I had a better pattern on the top. So that's safe. Killing the enemy there was really hurting in terms of time. I do my strat, not shows. I should work on that strat, it's terrible. And have 2 extra cycles on Slowbra. They are each like 5-10 seconds plus. Top runners have. Also, top runners don't have perfect execution on Slowbra most of the times. It's a stupid fight. There are better death fights, but I couldn't get the new strats down yet. And I didn't bother to learn them because they look hard. I mean, timing on crosses and how they overlap, it's really key to understand how you need to overlap the crosses to actually have 2 and 3 points of damage at one tick you can get. And after a tick there are invincible frames for the enemy till the next tick, and really you need to pay close attention to see when the matches take. Also on drag, I think there could be a lot of optimization with the thrust growth. I never looked into those. But it can take multiple hits as well, but it's very hard. Here, for example, could be 1 or 2 in it. Because it's on the corner. There I may have just missed it. Or just got it. It's very hard to see. Don't say this is world record too. No, it's not. Oh, wait, no, it is actually shit. I thought that's so good. I really thought it's not. I did miss the star again, like the lost some seconds there. Shit, another world record. Didn't intend to do that. Wait a little. So it's not. Should have just missed it, I guess. What is this, 36 or 31? I think it's 31. I don't remember the leaderboard. Shame on me, shame on me. Let's look again. At 29 actually. Everybody crying out loud, I don't remember the actual numbers. Now my emulator pauses if I move it around and just keep clicking things on the screen sometimes. I will play this out too, just for, doesn't make actually much sense, but end movie, maybe I wait till the end movie appears. Maybe some people want to see it, they don't believe it's a TAS. No, there are multiple things. This video shows very well that this is a TAS, actually. I would not need to worry, but I still wait. Because then I can show how I did hide the Star Play movie in the start. I did try to override in cheat engine, but it seems not to be ASCII code, so I could not find it very easily and I didn't bother. I just made a black bar and pressed 2 key on the keyboard where I start playing the movie and press the other key again to hide the black bar. Yeah, black bar is on that button here. When the screen is black, you don't see it. It's very easy to do in OBS. And it's not a big hack, so I don't bother to show it. I think everybody could have come up with that strat, with that. But also something a bit risky if you do live streams, because it can, if you mess it up, it's easy to detect. Maybe I even messed it up in the video. I like to see later. I like to look into it if you see those things. Hey, and congrats to me. One video I actually keep talking all through, almost. Usually I'm just very busy playing. I have to pay attention to the game and stop talking. For good reasons, because my gameplay sucks. Still, when I talk, cannot focus on two things too well. Still a bit tired. Just got a new level idea. I have to write it down after. Those swing platform can actually also crush you, and it could make some intense maneuvering. Have a tunnel-like way to go. We have to go left and right and use those platforms to get on and get up and down. It will make, yeah, it will be a hard level again, but doable. Not too hard like TAS-like, but just a good end level of a hack. Should I write it down now? I have it in the video, so I'll write it down later. My cursor is always in the things I keep doing. I hover it over, leave it there, don't see it. Oh man, this is taking so long. I've watched the ending so many times. It's always good if you can take a break, go to toilets, get something to drink, or do something. But now I'm waiting for the video to end. Oh, remember the melody wrong. I hope I don't wait too long on this. Uh, Probably I do. Sure, when I recorded the run, I went to do something in this time. I know I was here. Good lord. Come on, end movie. Here it is. That's why you should play it out. But you see, it makes no sense because you can just cut or do another run after or whatever you want with the TAS. So this is not helping anything. Then rather have saying some external input display if you play on emulator or just having a mic on would accomplish way more in my opinion. So I shut this emulator off. Start up another one. The one I like using most in the recent days. And I can maybe show why. Does not ask on what? Oh well. But I can show later. When you do run in here, you can actually have an overlay menu. In the quick menu, you also maybe have to show the latency menu so it's turned off. Because, should I go into it? I should prepare the latency run ahead things. I can explain it very rough. I mean, you have the emulator and you run it twice. It will be in the RAM. One will be run slightly ahead. And when you press a button, mm, I'm really bad at explaining those things. But it will actually copy over till up to 6 frames to correct your input because you cannot run ahead in theory. So it's if you're calculating the I don't know what it's really calculating. I didn't write the whole thing. I just can't explain it very rough how it functions. And I did a very bad job at it now. Let's just agree on that. I will need to prepare how to show it better and maybe do some research and find picture or make them myself. But it's not the point why I wanted to show it. Just you can show it that it's turned off. You can also show the achievements that you play on. This is just how I accomplish them in hardcore. And if you go to the achievements here, you can see they are turned on and you see that my hardcore is turned off. If I will turn it on, it would verify my ROM. I don't know what checksum it takes though. Maybe it could be faked. I hope not, but it might. Let's just do it. We will reset it. And when I play it here, I cannot save state and load. And I know this is like a house where you host emulators, and it supports add-ons, and there might be just the time where I need to look. Maybe there are even add-ons that incorporate task playback. Because it runs on a business core at the moment, it will probably work with the BizHawk created task. Because it runs on the same core. But you would need to write some kind of API-ish thing to get it done. It's complicated and not easy to pull off at all. And you know, as I said before, like cheaters are mostly lazy and they don't do this kind of thing. I have a few ROM info too. Maybe you could show more things like the ROM info and things. I never really looked for it. Maybe I should not try to search it now. Maybe I should. Does it show something when I load the ROM? Let's see something very quick. Castlevania folder. Let's go to the same. Here you can choose on which. Also, the run head currently just works on SNES 9X because the core is optimized to handle those copy back and forward. Usually just use that one. Now it just shows achievement thing. And you cannot show. Turn it on here. You can have input overlay. Yeah, I should not try to look for it now. Well, I'm sure maybe there might be an add-on actually showing those things. Now I can save state again. That's funny. It's something I wanted to look into it more closely. Let's look at it again at it. Where was it? I mean, you have it. You can show it here. Huh? I'm confused. It doesn't show the achievement thing. I think it's a bug in the emulator. I hope it gets patched in your version. Maybe it's on a Windows machine bug. Who knows? Let's load the. Let's close the content. Because it says achievement first. It was before 2 and it shouldn't be there. Did I just not see it? It works. Now that I already cheated. Turned off. I think I need to save the settings for it. It might be not that bugged as I thought it is. Maybe I'm bugged. I just didn't pay much attention what's going on. It's hard to tell sometimes what's going on when it saves the settings and when not, and you know. But yeah, I think should I do a run? A real run? No, another race. Not yet. Make a break. Maybe I will do some races later. And actually, I had in mind to work on my hacks this weekend instead of just always playing. But I wanted to get this video out. And I thank again if anybody is watching. Wish everybody a happy Easter time. Bye bye.